So if you feel like you're caught in this tidal wave of artificial intelligence right now, trust me, you are not alone. This isn't just another new app or some cool gadget. We are right in the middle of a massive technological shift, something that's really reshaping our reality. And we have to understand what's at stake.
The whole conversation around AI it's just so polarized, right? Is it our greatest tool ever, something that's going to unlock this incredible human potential? Or could it be our final invention? Like some experts have actually warned. This is like the central dramatic question of our time.
And here's the thing, the really fascinating and honestly kind of complicated truth is, it's both. It's not one or the other. AI is the story of incredible promise and at the same time profound risk, and it's all happening at once. So today, let's break that down. Let's really try to unravel this.
Now, I know this all feels completely new, but it's really helpful to remember that humanity, well, we've been here before. Just think about it, right? The printing press back in the 15th century, the steam engine in the 18th, the computer in the 20th. Every single one of those was a revolutionary tool that completely rewired society. AI, it's just the next big chapter in that story.
Okay, so to make this feel a little less abstract, let's zoom in on a specific battleground where this tension is playing out. Like right now, every single day, the world of content creation. For your favorite YouTubers, for artists, for writers, AI is changing absolutely everything. So for creators, AI presents this really stark choice. On one hand, you've got this incredible assistant, right? It can handle all the grunt work, spitting out drafts, analyzing data, doing edits, which frees up humans for that big picture, high-level creativity. But on the other hand, it's a relentless competitor. It can pump out content 24/7, challenging the entire traditional creator model, and maybe even replacing human-made stuff. And listen, this isn't just some theory. Let's take a real-world example. The YouTuber Kwebbelkop. He's got 15 million subscribers. That's huge. And he was facing total creative burnout after years of that daily grind. So what did he do? He announced that an AI version of himself, an AI Kwebbelkop, was going to take over the channel to keep producing content in his style.
But how did that go over? What was the reaction from the audience? Well, a lot of his longtime fans felt this real sense of loss. This one quote from a fan just sums it up perfectly. "I've been watching since I was a kid. It's just lost its soul." Wow. I mean, that raises a massive question. Can an AI really replicate that genuine connection a creator builds with their audience?
And that right there, that feeling, it reveals the human creator's secret weapon. Their moat, if you will. The thing that AI really struggles to cross. And it really comes down to three things. First, real authenticity. That emotional connection and shared values. Second, true out-of-the-box innovation, coming up with ideas and formats that AI just can't think of. And third, building unique IP, a brand, a world, a story that's so unique it's incredibly hard to copy. Okay, so this whole tension, it goes way beyond just creators. It really impacts how every single one of us finds and consumes information. So the question becomes, is AI creating some kind of information utopia for us? Or are we heading towards a digital wasteland? To really get a sense of the risk here, you only need to know one number. A recent Pew Research study looked at Google's new AI overviews, and it found that only 1% of users actually click on the original source links that the AI provides in its summary. Just 1%. And this kicks off a potentially devastating, vicious cycle for the entire internet. Okay, so think about it. Step 1. The AI scrapes and summarizes content, and it keeps you on the search page. Step 2, the original creators, the journalists, the bloggers, the experts who did the actual work, they lose all that traffic and the revenue they need to survive. Step 3, with no money coming in, they can't afford to produce more high-quality original information. Which leads us to the final scary step. The web risks becoming this giant echo chamber of recycled AI-generated sludge. And it gets worse. AI models can be just so confidently wrong. There's a name for it. They call it a hallucination. In one now infamous example, Google's AI pulled a joke from a Reddit comment and started seriously advising people to put glue on their pizza to keep the cheese from sliding off. I mean, it's hilarious, but it also highlights a really serious flaw. These systems are also just incredibly easy to manipulate. There was this artist, Eduardo Valdez-Hevia, who literally invented a fake scientific theory just to see what would happen. And sure enough, within hours, Google's AI had slurped it up and started presenting it as a real fact.
It basically laundered misinformation, making it look totally credible.
All of this feeds into a much deeper trend in our society, something researchers have started calling circleization. It's this idea that AI-driven algorithms are trapping us in our own little echo chambers. They figure out what gets an emotional reaction from us, they amplify it, they harden our existing beliefs, and it all leads to this intense polarization and confrontation between different online camps or circles.
So, okay, this situation might seem a little bleak, but here's the thing. Humans are not passive in all this. Across all kinds of industries, people are starting to develop a countermove. And this isn't about resisting AI, it's about figuring out how to work with it intelligently.
And a lot of experts say it really boils down to two different mindsets. First, there's the employee mindset. That's where you see AI as a threat that's going to replace you. You're focused on the fear of being outsourced and you kind of resist change. But then there's the boss mindset. This mindset sees AI as an incredibly powerful tool. It focuses on the opportunity to scale up, to innovate, and it leverages AI as like an international brain. So the real question is, which mindset are you going to choose? Chen Sheng, who's the CEO of the AI company Ikala, he just captures this core idea perfectly. He says, don't outsource your brain. You just need to maintain a learning attitude and improve your professional and soft skills. It's so simple, but so powerful. Don't outsource your brain. So what are those skills? What's the new competitive edge? Well, it's not about processing data faster than a machine. It's about critical thinking and asking the right questions. It's about communication and empathy, things that are uniquely human. It's about logical reasoning and strategic planning. And maybe most importantly, it's about human judgment and decision-making. These skills, they are becoming the most valuable assets in the entire AI era.
So, for any creator, for any business out there, the strategy is becoming pretty clear. Number one, integrate AI. Use it as a tool to handle the drafts and the data, but make sure a human is adding that final, crucial creative value. Number two, build your own audience. Create your own private traffic pool, like a newsletter or a community group, something you control so you're not at the mercy of some algorithm. And number three, focus on trust. In an era where anything can be faked, your genuine human authenticity and the trust you build, that becomes your most valuable asset, period.
All right, let's zoom back out for a second, because this whole thing, it isn't just about jobs or content or social media. AI is forcing us to ask these really fundamental questions about what it even means to be human. It's funny, over a century ago, H.G. Wells wrote The Time Machine, and in it, he imagined this future where humanity splits into two different species. You had the Eloi, they were carefree, happy, living on the surface, but they were totally intellectually stagnant. And then, underground, you had the Morlocks, the hidden workers who operated all the machines that made the Eloi's easy life possible. It is a chillingly relevant metaphor for a brand new kind of class divide, isn't it? To really understand the path we're on, you got to know the three stages of AI that all the experts talk about. Right now, we are in the era of ANI, or artificial narrow intelligence. This is AI that's great at one specific task. The next big jump is AGI, or artificial general intelligence. That's a machine that could match any intellectual task a human can do. And then, the final theoretical stage is ASI, or artificial superintelligence, which would surpass all human intelligence completely. And this brings us to the highest stakes you can possibly imagine. On one side, you have brilliant minds like Stephen Hawking and even the godfather of AI himself, Geoffrey Hinton, who've warned that superintelligence could pose an existential risk to humanity, like the end of us. But on the other side, you have futurists like Ray Kurzweil, who predict that AI is going to help us achieve immortality, that it'll help us overcome disease and aging, maybe even as soon as 2030. Now, both of those futures are still just possibilities. They're not set in stone, but the choices we're making right now are going to shape which path we end up on. The ultimate question that AI forces us to ask isn't really about what we'll do for a living, it's about our own value. As AI starts to handle more and more of what we do, we're left with the most important question of all. Who do we choose to be?